Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host Doug here with a video blog for May 28th, 2013. Took a week off from the blog. I'm back this week better than ever and ready to give you a weekend wrap-up. What a weekend in sports. Happy Memorial Day, of course, yesterday. Hope you had a great time with your family and friends. Really remember the soldiers that have sacrificed their lives for us to have freedoms to do stuff like this, hang out and talk about sports. Alright, so Friday night, I'm going to start right for Friday, go right through the weekend. Friday night, we saw the Heat fall. LeBron James turned the ball over on 2 consecutive possessions, and Paul George really locking him down. So the Heat lose Game 2. That series goes to a 1-1 tie. And in Yankee land, a big injury as well as Curtis Granderson gets hit on the knuckle, breaks his hand once again. He's out for another 4 weeks. Yankees bring back up Brennan Bosch. Brennan Bosch has a big game on Saturday. For them, Ichiro gets a couple big hits. Vernon Wells getting back to playing some solid outfield. So still, the Yankees are filling their holes well. And that was just a brief look at Friday. Saturday night, Spurs win Game 3. They go up 3-0. They trailed early on in the game. First game in Memphis of the series. Trailed early on in the game. We're down by 18 at one point in the first half. They rallied back. The game went to overtime. And Tony Parker and Tim Duncan stepped up big, hit big shots, and got the Spurs to a 3-0 series lead. Sunday, back to more NBA action. The Miami Heat win Game 3 in convincing fashion, going up 2-1 in the series. They won that game by over 18 points. It was quite impressive for sure. LeBron James had a monster game. But the big news on Sunday was in the racing world. The racing world saw the Indy 500 with Tony Kanaan making a late caution pass on the restart. He jumped right off the restart, took him low, and got right around Hunter Ray. He went on to win under caution. Tony Kanaan picking up his first Indy 500 victory, becoming the third oldest driver to win the Indy 500 at age 38. So Tony Kanaan, big win for him. And then at Lowe's Motor Speedway on the night, the Coke 600, we saw Casey Kane dominate the race, but a weird thing happened when a camera that runs the length of the track, or runs right across the center of the track, broke. We had a wire on the track. NASCAR cannot be happy with this. NASCAR's already had fans injured in the Daytona Nationwide race, and now fans are getting injured by equipment. NASCAR threw a great event for sure. Good finish. Kevin Harvick getting by Casey Kane late, but NASCAR cannot be happy with this. Another instance where fans get hurt, probably the third time in the past 3 years that we've seen this. Either a car going into the stands, now we see cameras snapping, and that was weird, just that wire across the track. Kyle Busch's car really got ripped up, and probably the image of the weekend. During the red flag, we saw Kyle Busch taking pictures of his car and sending them back to his crew so they could figure out how to get it fixed once the red flag was lifted. Red flag for about 27 minutes. It was not very good for NASCAR for sure. Probably lost a lot of viewers there, but I mean, it was a weird situation for them for sure. NASCAR will not let that happen again. Will not. NASCAR is a sport of, if it happens, they fix it then. They don't wait. This will never happen again in NASCAR for sure. Alright, Monday we saw the Lacrosse title game. My Syracuse Orange here, they fell 16-10 to the Duke Blue Devils. The Duke Blue Devils beating the Syracuse Orange in the last title game 16-10. And the big news of the night was the San Antonio Spurs sweeping the Memphis Grizzlies out of the playoffs. Memphis was favored, and this was a statement by the Spurs. The Spurs did not want to go back to San Antonio for Game 5. They wanted to end it in Memphis with the sweep, making a statement. They swept the Spurs. The Warriors they swept the Lakers. Then the Warriors took them to 6, and everybody was like, oh, Warriors are young, Spurs are old, Warriors are going to beat them. But the Spurs stepped up. Greg Popovich leading this team, Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, younger guys, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Timmy Duncan getting it done for the big guys for sure. And the Spurs sweep, and now they're going to get a rest. And this is big for them. Because of their age, I'm not worried about the long layoff. I think they will be able to focus in, take care of business, and some people are saying the sweep's a bad idea, but I think this is the one team in these playoffs that could give this Heat team a run. The Heat, everybody said the Grizzlies do not have enough offense, did not have enough offense They had the defense. They did not have enough offense. I think the Grizzlies and the Pacers are really similar. I don't think the Pacers have enough offense to beat the Heat in this series, but the Spurs do have enough offense. The Spurs have so many weapons, so many big shot makers. We saw Tony Parker with 37 last night. Ridiculous. And Skip Bayless on First Take. My boy Skip Bayless is probably loving his Spurs right now. Skip Bayless. We'll check him out on First Take later, and you can definitely tune in and see that for sure. All right, so I'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday already. I'll have the MLB Power Rankings for the week. More NBA action as we'll have some more playoff games going on here pretty quick. And Friday I'll have a weekend preview. The 100th episode of the blog, because I took last week off, is being pushed to June 7th. So a week from Friday will be the 100th blog. Also check me out on Twitter, Yankee Baller 415. Also jbsmooth84.com. The podcast from last week is up. We talked a lot about J.R. Smith and my Knicks. So check that out as well. I think you'll really enjoy it. I had some good comments. And we also talked about JB James Bridges' Cleveland Indians. So check that out as well. Comment, questions, subscribe to this page. Let me know what you think of it. Thanks for tuning in to the Blog and Grill. I'll be back on Wednesday. This is Doug. I'm out.